Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Fortnite solo mode Carbide action figure. This is the 4-inch scale. This is by Jazzwares, based on the Epic Games Fortnite. And here, this came out in 2018. I think I got this in the store maybe in 2019 or 2020. Comes in a solid plastic package with a cardboard insert inside. I did get this in the store. This is the top here. This part was damaged, and then the store employee put this on so they could hang it up on the peg. So here is the action figure in the package. The action figure, the contents including the harvesting tool, figure stand that looks like wooden planks or something. There's a little catalog on the bottom there. I do like the plastic packages so I can see what is in the package, although I think I'd prefer a cardboard box and a window box so I can more easily take it out and put it back in. So here is the top. There is the bottom. Here is one side, and here is the other side. In the back, the quote is, "Heed the call to action." Here's a picture of Carbide. Here are the other action figures in this first wave of solo mode 4-inch action figures, and a lot of manufacturing information there. And I did review Bandolier earlier, and I opened it up. I cut along the back here to remove the flap, and then I was able to put it back in there. And in the back you'll see the catalog floating around. So I think cutting it in the back, allowing me to take it out and then put it back in for storage, it seems to be working out okay. So in a moment I will open up Carbide and review that action figure. Here is the Carbide action figure. Let's see how tall this is. So it's a little more than 4 inches tall. A big surprise there. Which is a little more than 10 centimeters tall. Let's take a closer look at the action figure. So it looks like he's wearing a helmet with a visor over his eyes, and then some eye slits, but those are whited out. And he has an interesting techno suit here. It looks like some sort of armor with some extra bits, making it look like a high technology suit. There's a piece similar to the others, something on the wrist, and he has some nicely sculpted gloves. The upper body here has some nice sculpting on it, so does the torso, the middle of the body, this arm, and they've sculpted the legs to show that it has some armor pieces. And there's some of these parts sticking out of the calves. And here are the boots. Looks like all of these parts are different from the other 4-inch Fortnite action figures I've reviewed. They're the bottoms of the boots, and the peg holes are on the front part. Now the peg holes look like they are hexagons rather than circles, and they're not on the heel like most action figures. And there's some detailing on the back here. They've done a lot of work here. Now there's a peg hole for a back bling or backpack, and some armor pieces, maybe some cables or wiring or something like that. It looks like they've done a lot of work to make this look like a science fiction battle suit. And I think all of these parts are completely different from the other Fortnite 4-inch action figures that I've reviewed so far. So let's take a look at the articulation. So that's as far up as this will look, and as far down as it'll go. So not very much articulation there. We can turn side to side, and just a little bit of tilting. So that's good. And the shoulders. Now there's some ratcheted joints in there. It's as far up as it'll go. And you can go all the way around. I don't like doing that because it's not a natural movement, but it's an action figure. And single jointed elbows go less than 90 degrees on both sides. That's too bad. But there's a swivel at the elbow. So that's alright. Yeah, these ratcheted joints are still a little bit stiff, but I hope they stay stiff for a while. Let's see, the wrist can turn, and the hinge. This one doesn't turn very much, but there's still a hinge. So that's good. Then there's a diaphragm cut. We can lean back that far. We cannot crunch forward there. We can turn side to side. And there is a waist cut, which doesn't turn very much. I don't want to push too hard. It turns just a little bit. And then for the hips, you can do amazing splits there. So very good. And we can kick forward that much. Yeah, those are pretty good, although the legs go apart this way. And we can kick back a little bit. There's an upper thigh cut, so we can turn at the upper thigh cut there. Let's see, this one's a little stiff. Yeah, that'll work. And then double jointed knees. So I want to be careful here. There we go. Not too bad. And then we can get him in a sitting position. Yes, I think this will sit in a chair. We'll straighten this out. And then the ankles. We can go down that much. And we can go up. Not very much. And then we have ankle pivot. So a little bit. So it looks impressive. So far, no real problems with the joints. This one is a little bit stiff there. This wrist is a little bit stiff, but everything else seems to be working pretty nicely. It does loosen up a little bit with a little work. I just hope it doesn't become too loose over time, because I still want to be able to keep this action figure standing. Now it comes with a base plate or a figure stand. Looks like a piece of building material with a little peg here. Here's the other side. So we can put the action figure on the peg. This will help him stand so he doesn't fall over. And then here's a harvesting tool. Now, I'm not sure which one this is. The catalog didn't seem to show a picture of this unless it's something else I didn't recognize. And then we can put it in the fingers, but we want to be careful and carefully maneuver it between the fingers and the thumb. We don't want to break anything here. So it takes a little work to push it in there. No, that takes a lot of work there. So I want to be very careful to line this up. There we go. I'm a little afraid of the thumbs breaking over time. Now it is soft and pliable so that we can bend it a little bit, but eventually I think it's going to break. I'd be very unhappy about that. So that looks nice there. Now let's take these off and we'll do a little size comparison with Carbide and some other action figures. Let me see if I can get him standing correctly here. There we are. Here is the Jumanji Ferocious Tiger. So it's much too big for them to scale together accurately. However, if this is a monster tiger, I think that'll work. And here is Rust Lord from the Llama Drama Loot Pinata. So they're about the same size, but they do not share any parts at all. Here is the Adventurer from the Animal Planet set. So they scale together pretty nicely there. And here is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers White Ranger 6-inch action figure from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And Mr. Fantastic from the Marvel Legends series. So 6 inches. They tower over Carbide. And then here is Havoc from the Legendary series made by Jazzwares. He also towers over Carbide. And lastly, the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man by Mattel. He definitely towers over Carbide. So if we were to put them in a diorama together, He-Man would be a giant. So I think it scales together nicely with some other action figures and would be good in different dioramas. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating is Carbide seems to be an okay action figure. All the joints move pretty nicely for me. And I do like the Techno suit. I think it would be good for different displays in future battle scene or sci-fi display or diorama. Or it would just look cool in a Fortnite diorama. So, thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.